Oh, it's ticking.
One if by land, two if by sea, three if by air. Yes, defend those airports, ram those ramparts.
In the room where it happened, three founding fathers met, and they pulled out a map and got a deal no one could forget. A swampy plantation, the seat of our nation, a scourge to every future generation. What were they thinking? Well, here's a pretty good bet. E pluribus, screw up, screw up. Where they put the capital there, that's what we'll do to them. To them. In the winter time they'll freeze, and in the summer swelter without a breeze in a hotbed of disease. E pluribus, screw up.
Well, the next thing you know, they heard a guy named Pluribus who had a reputation as a city planning savant. They said, we'd like to see a city like Paris, but they never paid him a penny of his fee. So the ghost of Pierre, our city forever will haunt.
E pluribus, screw up, screw up.
Lay down the street so that nobody can get through.
Grew up, they'll be spending all their days attending maps with lines that go all ways. It's a most infernal maze. E pluribus, screw up. We're the home to Congress, that's where they make the laws, and the Capitol building is one of our dearest bras. But sorry, note that gets our goat, 'cause in that body we don't have a vote. E pluribus, screw up, screw up. We're gonna keep those voting lines just like we drew up. Drew up. Since the district's not a state, they haven't any basis to participate. So what's the DC voters' fate? E pluribus, screw up. E pluribus, screw up, screw up. These are useful words and maybe you already knew them. Knew them. Life has got you down. It doesn't pay to wear a perpetual frown. Sometimes you've got to play the clown. E pluribus, screw up. And of this you can be sure when you're standing here deep in the door. Laughter is the best cure. E pluribus, screw up. Oh yes, screw up.
Some things that some people don't know about Pierre Font was that he lived in Pennsylvania when he laid out the city of Washington. But what perplexes us when we see what he laid out was not the state he was in at the time, but the state of his mind.
Cher, je t'aime, je vous adore.
Oh, Pierre, I just love it when you pearly
you is from the president.
The president? The president of what?
The president of the United States. President Washington.
Ah, oui. But I wonder, what does George want to be?
Well, open it, Pierre.
Oh, let me open it. Well, let's see here. Oh, it's a commission from the president.
Oh, Pierre, you're going to be drafted. Oh, no.
Drafted? For the good of the country! I will not serve.
No, it's not that kind of commission. It's a commission to design a city.
Design a city? Well, you must be putting me on.
Oh, and it's going to be the capital of the United States.
The capital? Mon Dieu! Why, the name of Pierre L'Enfant will be known across the land. From Augusta to Altoona. Where did he say he wants his capital to be?
Well, let's see. At the confluence of the rivers Potomac and Anacostia, see map attached as enclosure 1. Let's see. Here's the map.
Oh, there it is. Here's Maryland, and there's Virginia.
And here's where he wants the city built, right on the outskirts of Alexandria.
Ah, say, doesn't George have a place down there?
Yeah, I think it's called Mount Vernon.
And if I know George, he made a franc or two on the deal. Did he say what the name of the city is to be?
There it is. Washington.
See what I mean? Well, nevertheless, fetch me my drafting instrument. Toot sweet.
Pierre, honey, I don't think you are in any condition to be deciding the capital.
Oh, nonsense. I have never been more sober in my life.
True. But I still say you are in no condition.
Oh, be quiet and fetch the drafting instruments. Ah, I think here is the high ground. Now that's perfect for the Capitol building.
So far, so good.
Next, we will clear a strip of land from the Capitol west of the river.
What for?
Well, maybe George wants to put up a monument or two. I don't know. And then right over here, that is where we'll put the president's house. I see it being blue, or green, or gold.
Pierre, honey. Oh, we got the shed back yonder, some white paint.
Or white, one will be good enough. And then right over here, here is the perfect place. Here, we will put L'Enfant Plaza. Thank you, my dear. And now, for some streets. First, south to north. Then, east, west.
Oops. But now you don't spoil it with that street going off at a cockeyed angle.
Yeah, looks like it's headed off towards Pennsylvania somewhere.
Well, no matter. We'll simply call it Pennsylvania Avenue. And we'll draw another couple of cockeyed streets going this way. And some more going in the opposite direction. Voila!
Oh, now you've really gone and spoiled it? Your tankard left the circle. I think we should just start all over again. Another day.
No. Let me see that. I like it.
Pierre, you can't have a street running into a circle like that.
Who says? We'll simply put another circle over here, and another one over here, and one here, and one here, and one for George!
Mr. President,
Good morning, Sarah. What's on my calendar for today?
Sarah's gone. I'm Stephanie. You have a very, very, very busy day, sir. You have a news conference at noon. You have a meeting with Prime Minister Trudeau at 2. Your hair dye at 5. Dinner at McDonald's, and home in time for Wheel of Fortune.
Too busy. Cancel the news conference and the meeting with Trudeau.
I'm not that kind of secretary.
We need to deal with something really important. I need a song. Something big, bold, beautiful, sexy, like me.
Sir, we've been through this before. You have multiple cease and desist orders telling you you cannot use certain songs.
I don't understand. I'm the President of the United States. These musicians should be honored to have me play their songs. Why should I listen to them? Why?
Sir, it's a legally enforceable order telling you to stop doing what you're doing and don't do it again.
Rock the free world. Love Neil Young.
Cease and desist.
Can't Stop the Music, Purple Rain, Sweet Child of Mine.
Cease and desist.
Crocodile Rock, Rocket Man, Tiny Dancer. I love Elton John.
Cease and desist. Cease and desist. Cease and desist.
I just want a song.
Well, there is one, maybe.
What? Really?
You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you.
You're so vain.
You know, you had one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself go out, and all the girls dreamed that they...
Okay, that's it, Sarah. That's it. That's perfect. That's wonderful. Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But we'll need to change the lyrics. It needs to be, I'm so vain. I probably think this song is about me. I'm so vain. No? Oh, wait a minute. I figured it out. I am a genius.
What did you figure out, sir?
Yeah, what do I need some other musician's loser song for? I'll write my own song, like Elvis. Elvis was the king. I'm the king. Elvis wrote his own songs. I'll write my own song. Genius!
Actually, sir, most of Elvis's songs were written by other people.
Quiet, I'm geniusing. Give me my backup singers and dancers.
We have those?
My old president plane was getting me down. I needed a new ride to get me around. Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, go down.
My brand new Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, hey, number one.
The outside will make your roll along, 'cause there's no pain. It says United States of Trump. Now that old jump, I was a joke to my friends. I even got laughed at down at the UN. Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, go down.
My brand new Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, hey, number one.
The outside will make Hillary's blood pressure jump, 'cause there on the tail it says United States of Trump. It has gunner racks on the wings and a heavy power train and a rocket camel paint job and mud rising rain. Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, go down.
My brand new Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, hey, number one.
The fake news will say that it looks like a dump, but there it won't pay. It says United States of Trump. Now the war room TVs have Fox and Friends on all day. In the big executive washroom, I can tweet my life away. Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, hey, number
My brand new Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, hey, number one.
The outside will give my face a patriotic bump, 'cause the LED lights, it spells United States of Trump. It's got big chrome wheels and it's gapped up real high, and it rolls full down the runway as it heads to the sky. Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, go down.
My brand new Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, hey, number one.
The outside will get a full 'cause there's no pain. It says United States of Trump. Now I cannot avoid the tragic day that I'll die, so I'll ride Air Force One into the great by and by. Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, go down.
My brand new Air Force One.
Maggie Trump, yeah, hey, number one.
Robert Mueller can't stop it. Yeah, he'll be quite stumped, 'cause forever it will say United States of Trump.
Buenos días, ¿cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama?
Me no speak Mexican.
Your names, please, names.
I'm Billy Smith. This here's my wife, Susie Smith, and a little boy, Billy Jr.
That's what. What is the purpose of your trip?
My daddy, the boy's grandpa, has been working in Mexico.
And he's an alien worker?
I suppose so. Anyway, he had a nervous breakdown and was put into a mental hospital. We're coming to fetch him.
He is in an asylum.
Yes. Anyway, we're trying to locate him so we can take him home.
Purpose of trip, seeking asylum.
Oh, I guess you could say that.
Did he ask you to come and get him?
No, we're coming unannounced.
Mode of transportation.
Oh, we're in the Dodge minivan over there.
That's right, there's our blue Dodge Caravan.
Mode of transportation, arrived in a caravan. Occupation?
Oh, my husband just lost his job at Carrier Air Conditioning.
Unemployed?
Oh, but I am a pharmacy technician at Full Cream Drug.
Occupation, drug dealer. Child's ID, please.
He's just a boy, he has no ID.
Undocumented minor. Length of visit?
Oh, well, as long as it takes to find Daddy. But, you know, we would love to tour your beautiful country for a bit afterwards, huh?
That for how long?
Well, we have no specific plans.
Length of stay, no plans to return to the U.S.
What's with all the questions? I thought travel between Mexico and the U.S. was routine.
Just doing what our new presidente wants. Toma, chico, take the boy.
Hey, what are you doing taking a child from his mother?
You come to my country, uninvited, in a caravan, seeking asylum. One of you is unemployed, the other is a drug dealer. You have no plans to return to the U.S., and your child is undocumented. You are unfit parents, and we have no choice but to take your child.
Oh, no. Oh, how can you implement this plan without setting up this detail first? Give me something to drink out of.
So where are you taking our boy? When are we getting him back?
No say. We haven't figured that part of the plan out yet.
But how could you do that? We have to decide on this is absurd. You must have this detail worked out first.
Calm down, senora.
Calm down. This violates all norms. The U.S. would never treat your people this way.
You've been drinking the Kool-Aid, haven't you, senora?
How'd you know I was drinking Kool-Aid?
Lucky guess, lady. Lucky guess.
Oh, go to the consulate.
The North Korean leader was a very naughty boy, testing missile warheads that he threatened to deploy. My butt's bigger, I said on Twitter, giving him a shove. But when at last I met him, I quickly fell in love.
Now he's your
Rocket Man, yes, he's my rocket man. I'm Korean, I'm taking a chance on a Rudy's romance with him. I love my rocket man. I'm in his pocket, man. Can't wait to see him do that sooner or later. I love a dictator like him. You know that Russia's plan makes me glad. He's a good friend.
yes, he is.
But Kim Jong-un makes me are even greater. 50 states are gonna dictate. 50 states are gonna dictate to you. Rocket Man. Let me take care of something important here. Your Bible.
When Trump became president, he set a precedent for his turnover of staff. Just as they hit their stride, they would be pushed aside with a swift kick to the asphalt. There's a mad rush to the exit. The West Wing looks like a mosh pit. To stop the pileup, they installed a revolving door. Up when it goes down, they go a Rosa. She was a regret from before. An A-plus apprentice, she became a fantasy, booted her right out the door. Then Trump elected got smoochy, a romance with Scaramucci. And after just 10 days, he's out the revolving door. Dozens came in and then dozens went out again, and then Kelly and Tim. Trump equals second sessions got the ex-mixer from left side to spin. He did no presses of small feet. We need a new Excel spreadsheet. Now the plots are going to the revolving door.
Good evening. Welcome to Hexagon Update, where we give you all the news in print that'll give you a fit. I'm Gary Schneider. With me tonight is Steve Dasbach.
Principal in a Montgomery County school, principal in spirit of fairness, has terminated the study of civics. He stated that until we study other cars, we should not favor Hondas.
This morning, just in from McAfee, the worldwide supplier of computer virus protection, if you receive an email titled "Nude Photo of Mitch McConnell," do not open it. The email contains a nude photo of Mitch McConnell.
There are continuing signs of failure of our public schools to adequately teach American history. In history class in nearby Wheaton High School, an 11th grader was asked what she knew about Roe versus Wade. The student responded, "Well, I think that was the decision George Washington had to make about how to cross the Delaware."
Many Major League Baseball parks mow their outfields in patterns that symbolize their home city in some way. For example, Busch Stadium in St. Louis has an enormous arch spanning the outfield. Fenway Park in Boston boasts the club's trademark socks engraved in its outfield grass. You might wonder then, what does the network of horizontal and vertical lines seen in Washington's Nationals Park represent? The Nationals official, who wished to remain anonymous, supplied this one-word answer: gridlock.
Speaking of the Capitol, a man touring the Capitol was overheard complaining that nothing was ever made in the United States anymore. To prove his point, he had just bought a new TV that said, "built-in antenna."
The state of California, with its wide variety of laws and policies, is facing a new dilemma. What happens if an undocumented alien uses a plastic straw in a sanctuary city?
During a recent hotline phone call between President Trump and Russian President Putin, President Trump asked Putin to help the U.S. track down and eliminate radicals and extremists. According to reports, Putin told Trump, "Don't look to me. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is your problem."
And finally, in Georgetown yesterday, a woman was arrested for loitering in a CVS. The trouble began when the woman asked the pharmacist if the store sold extra-large condoms. When the pharmacist replied yes, the woman sat on a folding chair and refused to budge. "Madame, what are you doing?" asked the pharmacist. "Just waiting to see who buys one," she replied. Thank you. We'll be back later.
Hey, you kid, what's your name?
Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh.
Who let you in here?
Donald Trump. Who let you in here?
What did you just say? Drop and give me 50. Now.
That's enough, wise ass. We've had enough of you.
Stand up. Give me 50 squat thrusts.
What's a squat thrust? That's easy.
Pathetic. I think he passed out.
Oh, I never pass out. I was just taking a nap. You ever pass out?
What is that? Beer?
Yeah, it's beer. I love beer. I drank beer in high school at Tobin's house with Mark Judge after practice. In law school, I drank beer, lots and lots of beer. I really like beer. What do you drink?
Is that your excuse for not being able to do a simple exercise?
We've had enough of you. Take your mat. You're out of here. What? Get out.
I like beer.
I still like beer.
Notorious badasses. We're 1/3 of the president's bench. We're sisters of
of the press. Welcome to my first briefing since becoming White House Press Secretary and Communications Director. I imagine that you're hoping now that Sarah Sanders is gone, you'll have daily opportunities to ask ridiculous questions designed to embarrass our president. Wrong! You'll be lucky if you see me again before 2020. I'd like to acknowledge the kind words I received from some of you for shoving a North Korean security guard out of the way so that you could get into the meeting with President Trump and Kim Jong-un. However, don't read too much into it. This administration believes in America first, even obnoxious American journalists. Turning our attention to the president's triumphant 4th of July celebration, wasn't it grand? The biggest, the greatest, the best 4th of July celebration in America history, despite some of your attempts to use photographic pictures, evidence to claim that our president is lying. Who are you going to believe? The best president this country has ever had are your lying eyes. It's really no contest. One of the highlights of the celebration was the display of our beautiful American tanks, much bigger and better than the loser tanks displayed by our foreign leaders. But Trump is going to make this even grander. He will be adding United States of Trump in shiny gold paint across the sides of our glorious tanks, carriers, and all military vehicles. When we kick someone's ass, they're going to know who's doing the kicking. In his address, the president called on America's young people, and I quote, "Join our military and make a truly great statement in life." Of course, those with crippling handicaps, such as bone spurs, need not to serve. Now, I know you had a great deal of fun at the president's expense for him saying airports instead of ports when speaking of Revolutionary War victories. Very funny. The president, of course, is well aware that defending airports did not become important until the Battle of Gettysburg in the Civil War. It was an honest mistake and should not make him an object of ridicule. Finally, I'd like to address the recent leak of comments by the British ambassador to the U.S., claiming that President Trump is inept and dysfunctional and that there's vicious fighting in the White House and that Trump's presidency could crash and burn and end in disgrace. Well, our response? Theresa May and Rex. Thank you, and see you later. Much, much later.
I really don't like my job at all. Work is such a bore. I really don't like my boyfriend. He is such a snore. But there is one thing in my life I never tire
Joe Biden, crazy Bernie Sanders, Pocahontas, all losers.
Are you fed up with your current model president? Embarrassed by ridicule from your foreign friends? Are you frightened by sudden changes in direction? Right, left, right, even more right. Not to mention sudden shifts in reverse when you're not looking for them. Well, then what you need is a new model president. And we at the DNC have just what you're looking for. We have 15, 20, 25 different models to choose from, and more arriving every day. Hey, look, it's a Tom Steyer over there. We have models to suit your every possible whim, and they come in every age, color, sex, and orientation. If you're looking for the traditional model, we have the classic Biden. The Biden comes with all the standard Democratic features like jobs, health care, environmental protection, and of course, Social Security. Now, the user's manual is a little bit unclear as to how these features all work, but you can trust Joe, right? But you say you want more. Well, then check out our Bernie and our Warren models. The Bernie and the Warren have all the same great features that the Biden has, but they also have health care for all, canceling student loan debt, a Green New Deal, $15 an hour minimum wage, universal child care, and so much, much more. Now, they say that the Bernie and the Warren have the same basic trim packages on the body, but, you know, we Democrats like choice. And if you're looking for something hot and flashy, check out our Beto, our Buttigieg, our Booker, our Harris, and of course, don't forget, our Castro convertible. And if you're looking for something even more exotic than that, well, how about our Yang model? That comes with $1,000 a month of free money. Or if you're looking for a more personal, spiritual connection with your president, well, check out our Marianne Williamson model. The Marianne Williamson model comes powered by free cosmic energy. The best part about it all is each of these models comes with unbelievable financing. That's right, you get the model of your choice with all the great features I just described for you, absolutely free. Nothing down, nothing a month to pay, nothing to pay ever. So how can we afford to offer such great deals? Well, it's simple. The rich will pay for everything. Actually, just kidding. The rich have lawyers and accountants, and they're not going to pay for any of this. But we'll just get our children and grandchildren to figure it all out. Hey, it worked for our parents and grandparents, right? So, come on down to your local Democratic primary and make your selection now. Remember, if you wait until November, there's only going to be one choice, so act now. And of course, it doesn't really matter which model you choose. We're simply going to pick the model that we want you to have. But at least you got to make a choice. Hey, that's better than what the Republicans are offering, right? The Democratic National Committee. You select, we decide.
I am one you're looking for if you are voting
Chuck Todd is on vacation, Rachel Meadows on assignment, and Steve Kornacki is lost in a whiteboard somewhere. I'm Jeff Basker.
And I'm the other Steve.
You're the other Steve, okay. Prince William County man was arrested this morning for refusing to follow the lawful order of a police officer. The incident occurred after the policeman knocked on the man's door, but the man locked his door and ignored the officer. The officer continued knocking, and the man kept ignoring him. Finally, the officer yelled, "Do you think I'm stupid? I can see you in there, sir. Open the damn door." The man replied, "You're not coming in." The officer said, "I don't want to come in. I just want you to step out of the car."
Waiter at Clyde's in Friendship Heights asked the customer how he would like his steak. The man said, like winning an argument with my wife. The waiter replied, "Rare it is."
A woman became very agitated after being admitted to GW Hospital for a procedure. The admissions clerk asked the patient for her wrist, saying, "I'm going to give you a bracelet." Making light, the woman asked, "Has it got rubies and diamonds?" "No," replied the clerk, "but it will cost as much."
In religious news, a local house of worship, the following prayer was recently overheard. "Dear God, in the past year you have taken away my favorite Broadway star, Carol Channing, my favorite TV sitcom actress, Katherine Hellman, my favorite movie actor, Albert Finney. Just so you know, my favorite cable TV host is Tucker Carlson."
Oh, well, with the Green New Deal, free college tuition, Medicare for all, and free child care, all to be paid for by taxing billionaires, the Congressional Budget Office released a report stating that in order to support these initiatives, there would need to be at least a threefold increase in billionaires.
According to a study, the President's State of the Union address was written at an 8th grade level. Apparently, for those of you wishing to start your careers early, there's always the option of dropping out of school in the 9th grade and writing speeches to the President.
Oh boy, I don't want to do that. Receptionist at a local county council office answered the phone the morning after one of the councilmen passed away unexpectedly. "Is Mr. Smith available? I want to complain yet again about our potholes not being fixed," said the caller on the phone. "I'm very sorry, but Mr. Smith passed away last night," the receptionist answered. "Can anyone else help you?" The man paused for a moment, then quietly said no and hung up. 10 minutes later, he called again and asked for Mr. Smith. The receptionist said, "You just called a few minutes ago, didn't you?" "Well, Mr. Smith has died. I'm not making this up." The man again hung up. 15 minutes later, he called a third time and asked for Mr. Smith, and the receptionist, who was more than a little bit annoyed this time, said, "I told you twice already, Mr. Smith is not here. He's dead. Why do you keep asking for him when I say that he's dead? He's dead, dead, dead. Don't you understand what I'm saying?" The man replied and said, "I understand you perfectly. I just like hearing that over and over again."
And finally, in airline news, air traffic control received a distress call from a pilot claiming that there's a hostage situation on board. The pilot told air traffic controllers that, quote, "all staff on board are huddling in a corner while a deranged-looking man keeps pacing back and forth, screaming at the onboard TVs. Upon receiving the call, air traffic control replied, "Sir, how many times do we have to keep telling you you're flying Air Force One?"
Okay.
Thank you, and we will not be back.
The Kugenflugen home. People went in there and they never came out. I remember one time the story of Falling Leaf. His children brought him there on a chilly Saturday afternoon.
Get to the point, Rose.
Okay. Splat.
Dorothy, I for one know I will never be in a home. I'll always be independent.
Is that what you call bringing in the pizza boy at midnight, Blanche?
I was hungry, Dorothy. Don't you remember being hungry?
Oh, I remember being hungry. One Thanksgiving at the farm in St. Olaf, we had this terrible
Stuff it, Rose.
No, it was stuffing.
Yes, Blanche. We have all been hungry, but you are hungry every night.
Well, Dorothy, what can I say? I followed my heart and I never looked back. Why, it would be unsouthern.
That's not what we call it in Sicily.
Yes.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you Blanche Devereaux?
Yes.
You've been served.
I'm being sued? For sexual harassment by the entire Miami City Fire Department?
That's what happens in the #MeToo movement, Blanche.
Hashtag me too. I thought it was pound me too.
Bless her heart. This shouldn't be too difficult.
This shouldn't be tough to understand.
But
Fellas, hey fellas.
Is it possible you haven't heard? This shouldn't surprise you.
This shouldn't come as any kind of a shock.
But guys,
Hey guys.
You must not have gotten the word.
This won't take long.
Even if that is.
this isn't hard.
Even if that is.
The word is nope.
Dope.
Keep it in your pants, in your pants, in your pants. Keep it out of sight completely. Keep it in your pants, such romance, not a chance. Keep it to yourself discreetly.
If we ever want to see it, we'll let you know.
We don't want to see it.
If we ever want to watch it in action, we'll ask.
We don't want to watch it.
Don't waste a tiny fraction of my day with it. No want to see you whip it out and play with it. Keep it in your pants when you've done good polite. Need to show it off a pity. Keep it in your pants on wraps locked up tight. Whether it's immense or itty-bitty. Keep your junk so politely in your trunk, so trust us. Give it a rest, don't disgust us. We won't be impressed.
Well,
Stay dressed.
My fellow Americans, are you confused by the bewildering array of presidential choices offered by the Democratic National Committee? Having trouble keeping all of their proposals and promises straight? Unable to figure out which candidate is debating on which night? Let us here at the Republican National Committee put your mind at ease. You don't need to sort through dozens of candidates to choose a president. We offer you just one choice. The best choice, a winning choice, our beloved current president, Donald Trump. Unlike the Democrats, we intend to make sure that no other candidate appears on our primary ballot. No boring debates, no bickering, just month after month of listening
till the end. You work for a real sleazy man. His fake orange tan and moral rock on display. He's rash and he's rude. He makes the discourse unspeakably crude. His mind's come unglued. Putin speaks and he'll obey.
Oh, George, you're a king. Your righteous cause is sharp and it's shrill. You're like George Will, who gives a crap what you say. You whine and complain about the president of anti-criminal. You give me a pain, but still together we will stay.
Because we're married, though we crossed and parried, all the baggage carried, we have no regrets. You play Trump shill,
You go with me.
people say what they will, we're just hedging our bets. You flack for the man,
You call him every bad name that you can.
it's part of our plan for what the future decides. People say we're dispatched,
And wonder how we really got
it's a plot that we hatched. We're playing both sides. Right, I'm gonna take the metro to the concert.
Oh God, not the Metro. Let's Uber.
The rumbling and the grumbling while the passengers are rumbling, they should know things are slow. Hear the wheels eternal squealing while the customers congealing. Time to go.
People going off the deep end with a shutdown every weekend lost their groove. Can't you move? So for every doubting Thomas, Metro promulgates a promise to improve. Back to good.
That's the best that they can do for you. Back to good.
But you miss your latest run. Debut.
So they dampen expectations with restrained communications back to good. Knock on wood. Such a humble little motto while your brain is going blotto. That's not good.
Back to good.
They will push to do what can't be done. Back to good. They'll address their problems one by one.
The equipment's getting older, someone's chewing on my shoulder, that's not good. Understood. There's a certain something lacking, 3 more months of single tracking through my hood.
Back to good. Till those escalators rise again. Back to good. Back to good. But who knows when? There's no guaranteeing greatness when you specialize in lateness. Back to good. Back to good. So maybe we'll be back to good. Back to good.
To put our kids through college, we took out enormous loans.
While they absorb some knowledge, we worked our fingers to the bone.
Now that they're older and worldly, we plan to travel and roam.
But our dreams just might
moving home. When Johnny went off to school,
we first were filled with gloom until we realized that now he could take over his room. So that is where I exercise
and set up my weaving loom. Now there's crowding our space, the kid's a disgrace. It's time that he jumped on the broom.
change the locks, yes, change the locks. We still have plenty time to change the locks. Change the locks, we can change the locks. We still have plenty time to change the locks. We now have the precious time we long have waited for. Wild sex with our spouses
And with Viagra, he's always up for more.
we're working through the Kama Sutra.
And other books more hardcore. Now the moon is undone because of our son, who's right in the bedroom next door.
Change the locks, yes, change the locks. We still have plenty time to change the locks. Change the locks, we can change the locks.
Or I'll be washing all her underwear and socks.
Our daughter Elaine was sweet, so perfect all the time, until she went and got herself knocked up at 29.
She thinks I will raise this bastard child like it was really mine. We hate diapers and bibs and crying in cribs.
Dear God, won't you save us a sign?
Change the locks, thou shouldst change the locks. The locks have forever to change the locks.
Change the locks, we will change the locks. Ah, screw it, we'll just move. only original political, musical, satirical comedy review. Next spring, we will be celebrating our 65th year, and all of our shows raise money for charity. This Fringe show is raising money to support dancing classrooms. And before I go, I'd like to take a moment to recognize in our audience the director of our most recent show, Nick Bushin. We're doing our fabulous show, Walk the Swamp. So thank you so much for your support, and hope we'll see you at our spring show, our spring next show next March. Thank you.